The woman you see on screen. Is she brave? No. Is this a fashion shoot? No. What you are watching right now is the first minute of an irreversible biological collapse. The temperature is minus 40 degrees. At this level, there is no such thing as feeling cold. Feeling cold is a warning. It is the body saying, take action. At minus 40, the body does not warn you. It shuts systems down. This is not courage. This is a countdown. You probably looked at the image and thought, how long could someone survive like this? Here is the answer. Within minutes, mental clarity begins to fade. And shortly after that, the body crosses a medical threshold from which recovery is no longer possible. Some of you are already thinking, this is exaggerated. Humans are more resilient than that. You might even write that in the comments. Wait, what you are about to see will challenge that belief. This video will not teach you how to survive. It will show you, with physical and chemical facts, how nature erases human arrogance. Welcome. This is a place where mistakes are not corrected. They are removed. Most people believe cold equals pain. That is incorrect. At minus 40 degrees, cold becomes numbness. The first thing you notice here is not the temperature. It is the silence. Snow absorbs sound, like a massive acoustic sponge. You could scream, and nothing would travel far. And then comes the first breath. You are not breathing air anymore. You are inhaling what locals call diamond dust. Moisture in the air freezes instantly, turning your breath into microscopic ice crystals. This is not natural for lung tissue. Each breath causes dry, abrasive damage inside the lungs. You try to blink, but the moisture on your eyelashes has frozen. Your eyelids resist movement. And the woman in the image, her legs are exposed. Large muscle groups, completely unprotected. That is equivalent to opening a massive hole in the hull of a ship. Body heat escapes, uncontrolled, and rapidly. The human body is loyal, but it is not moral. It has one priority: protect the brain and the heart. In these conditions, the body makes a ruthless decision. I do not need the legs. I do not need the hands. I only need the pump and the processor. Blood vessels constrict. Blood is pulled away from the extremities, toward the core. When your fingers turn white, that is not fear. That is abandonment. Where blood no longer flows, cells freeze. Water expands when it freezes. Cell walls rupture from the inside. What we call frostbite is not a burn. It is living tissue losing viability. Now consider the short skirt, one of the body's largest arteries. The femoral artery runs along the inner thigh. Exposing it to extreme cold is like puncturing a car radiator. Blood cools before it can return to the heart. And when excessively cold blood reaches the heart, its ability to pump effectively collapses. The system begins to fail. In this environment, it is not just biology that turns against you. Physics changes as well. Imagine she tries to run. The sole of her shoe is rubber, or so it seems. At minus 40, many polymers lose elasticity. They enter what is known as a glass transition. With a single step, the sole can fracture. like porcelain. Metal becomes another enemy. Metal draws heat from skin, far faster than air ever could. The moment metal touches skin, moisture bonds them together. Trying to pull away means tearing tissue. And then there is something even stranger, the Mpemba effect. Under certain conditions, hot water freezes faster than cold water. If she spilled a hot drink, it might not even reach the ground. It could crystallize mid-air and fall as ice. This is a place where even physics feels unstable. Cold does not kill you screaming. It kills you quietly. In advanced hypothermia, shivering stops. That is not recovery. That is surrender. Confusion follows, a false sense of comfort. And then, the final deception, paradoxical undressing. The brain's temperature control center, the hypothalamus, begins to fail. In a last reflex, the body releases stored warm blood from the core into the extremities. The person suddenly feels intense heat, burning, convinced they are overheating. Moments before death, they remove their clothing. Rescue teams often find frozen victims, partially undressed. This is not myth. Autopsy reports confirm it. Cold plays one final trick and takes them. People who survive in these regions are not stronger. They are disciplined. In places like Yakutsk or Oymyakon, optimism does not exist, only rules. Engines are not turned off. Oil becomes gel. Fuel thickens. The ground cannot be dug without days of fire to soften it. Layering is mandatory. Single-layer clothing is a calculation error. Survival here is not a personality trait. It is mathematics. The people are not afraid. They are respectful because they understand something simple. Nature does not negotiate. It does not care about confidence, appearance, or followers. It only responds to thermodynamics. The image on the cover may look powerful to you because it defies reality. The human mind often finds danger aesthetic, but reality always wins. Minus 40 degrees does not punish mistakes. It deletes them. It deletes you. If you ever find yourself in this white hell, do not try to look strong. Try to be correct, because mistakes like these do not leave time behind. I have given my answer. The real enemy is not the cold. It is arrogance. What do you think? In conditions like this, what is the first mistake that truly kills you?